What's up? This is Golden Maya from Creative Lodge, an upcoming website. Today I'm going to be showing you how to change the background of a picture to the one of your choice. I'm going to be making use of this picture down on my screen, or you can close this and import your home picture from your specified documents. Like mine is in computer, local disk, the bookings 2015 February and on the 9. So you just click and drag your picture into Photoshop and it pops up. So I'm gonna be showing you how to make use of the pen tool, which is at the side of this bar. The pen tool. If you click by this small icon here, it pops up, or right click on it, it gives you all the functions of the pen tool. Like we have the pen tool, freeform pen tool, add arc point pen tool, delete arc point tool, and then the convert point tool. But today we're going to be making use of this pen tool. After clicking on this pen tool, you come down to this path, click on it, and make sure that the path is set to path and not shape, because these shapes has another form entirely. Like this, if you click shape, it gives you backgrounds. And today we're not going to be making use of this one, so make sure your pen tool is set to path. So there's a difference. This one is pure. It's supposed to be supposed to be set to be path. So after deleting this one, you can just click and drag it to this delete. So if it's been selected to this part, so this one will be transparent, nothing like a background. So this is what we're gonna be using to cut our image. Let me undo this. So now I'm gonna make a selection around the image. Let's go through it. Lest I forget, Control plus zoom in your picture, while Control minus zoom back the picture. While Control right bracket here, bracket up here. After zooming like this, Control right bracket here fits the image as it's supposed to be, like the normal view. So when you're cutting it, you'll have to zoom. The more close the image is it to you, the more sharp and well cut your picture is going to look. So here I'll zoom in with Control plus, then start making the selection through the picture that you're cutting. And make sure you select it well by moving in like this, then curving your hands, selecting the actual shape of the image gives you a better image. And when applying the background, it will show as if it's been cut. So now you can move this icon points by pressing Ctrl. You can move this anywhere you wish, maybe in times of error. And if you click the position, let me zoom in. This anchor point. Now I want to select this image, but you can see here that it's moving out of the image. You can undo by pressing Ctrl Z. So just alt click the anchor point here, alt click it, and it will reset it. Then you can now move on. You can zoom in as much as possible to see the image you are cutting. But for a beginners, I would advise you to zoom in as much as possible so as to make a very good cutting and a very nice image. So let's go through it. Now you can press this Control right bracket to zoom back the image. So after raising to the edge where you started, so you just click on it to close it. It shows this arrow, meaning it's gonna close the shape So clicking it will make it to be selected, and there wouldn't be any anchor points moving like this again. So here on your screen, on my own screen, I'm using CS6 Photoshop extended version, but it seems in other versions you can just right click and make selection, right click on the image and make selection here, or if it's CS6 you're using, it's right on top of the Photoshop selection. So this selection means you can see here it shows rendering, feather radius, anti-aliased, operation, new selection, out selection. So this one, the feathering means how the image is gonna be, like the feathering so has to make the image look real, look realistic. So if, let me show you this. If I put it by 12 and if I duplicate this by pressing Ctrl J of this image, and if you hide this image down here, you see that the feathering here has selected the image internally, and it's like this one is on real again. So you'll have to make sure that the image you're working on, to the type of the resolution, like this image now, or let me undo it back to the pen tool. So making selection here, like me, I make use of 1, 2 or 1.5 or 2, or depending on the image you're working on. Like you can make use of 2 here. If you press Ctrl J and hide this layer, if you zoom up, you can see the sharp edges of the pictures that it's been feathered. But if you can see here, it's, to me, it's unmatured like this, because the feathering here is too much. You can reverse the action by pressing Ctrl Alt Z. So you go back to the make selection, you can put 1, then Ctrl J. If you hide it now, you can see the image that there's difference now. Yeah, this is what we're going for. This one is okay. So now we are through with the cutting of our pictures. So you go to the folder where your background is kept, like mine is kept in computer, local DXZ, AA backgrounds. Yeah, so you'll have to select the image which you're going to make use as background. So me, I'm going to make use of a interior background like this. Just control and drag your background into Photoshop and put it on the image. It seems in CS3 Photoshop 7 earlier, if you just click the background there, it opens another document for it like this. So you just have to drag the image and put it on your image. Like here now, just left click on the image, then drag the image into your document. Like mine is in another tab here, so I'll have to drag it here. So this is it here. So I'll delete the first one which I've dragged into the Photoshop and make use of the one I make selection of and drag into my documents. So since my system is loading, hey, don't do this now. That's Photoshop for you. If you have a lot of documents on it, maybe plugins, and for it to load itself, it takes long time. Like now it's finished, so it takes long time to render the picture. But make sure you're using a very high definition defined system for a good output and a fast outcome. So here now my background here is on top of my image. Like here you can see it here, we have layer 1, layer 2, this layer 2, this layer 1, and the background which we use to cut out our main objects. So here this is just a simple techniques. This means that this background here is on top of our image, so it's overlaying on our image and we can't see it. So we'll have to drag down the background down so as to see our image. Control bracket here. Immediately after the P you see a bracket, put a background down or a layer down to the below one, or control up here moves back. Like if I put this one now, control down here, it moves the background backwards to the picture, and if press control bracket close, it moves back the picture or the document back up. So now we're going to make use of control down, control right bracket immediately after the P. So, or you can just click the layer 2 and drag it down to the image. Very simple techniques. Now you can see that our picture is being put into another background. Very simple and steps to follow. Now you can see the picture, like the background has positioned itself. But what I'm going to tell you guys, you make sure that you're using a very high qualified. Make sure you are using a high qualified background, so as to get a well output. So I'm going to make sure the background is fit into my documents. Just click immediately. Now you can see that the layer 2 has some edges here. You can click it, or you can Ctrl T. It pops up the selection of the image so as to resize. And make sure that anytime you are dragging your picture, you hold down the shift, because if you don't hold down the shift, if you're dragging the picture, it's unfit outrightly. You can see here the image is not good. Like this now it's different. But when clicking on there's an icon here on top of your Photoshop. If you click on it, it resizes the picture back to its normal aspects. So but what's gonna be fine is that you make sure you're making use of the shifts, holding down the shifts, then pressing your left mouse button to feed the image into your document, just like this. So this should swell like this. So I think now we have a very high divine picture with a cool background. Yeah, so this is where we're going to stop here on this tutorial. Now you can Ctrl Shift S or Ctrl S. Ctrl S saves the document back to a normal one. Ctrl Shift S save as. So here you can make use of JPEG or any other format you wish to save your picture into. JPEG. So now you come down here and see the picture. Now I'm going to rename the file so as to see a before and after. So you save the picture. It asks you for the resolution. Make your resolution is set to 12, or you can drag the slider here. Make sure it's 12. Baseline optimize or baseline standard, anyone which one you prefer to use. Then okay. So you can close your Photoshop by Ctrl W, the current document by Ctrl W in your background. Yeah, thanks for watching this tutorial. You can join us on other tutorials as well.